Okay, I'm going to go ahead and step through this demo as quickly as possible since you can stop and rewind it or replay it as often as you want. So forgive me if initially it feels a little bit too quick for you. But this assumes that you have just installed or just completed the installation of the activity counter. Once you've done that, what you want to do is come up here and you're going to find the activity counter as one of the apps and the selectable apps in your drop-down menu here. Go ahead and select the activity counter. You're going to get three tabs: Home, Activity Counter Settings, and Reports. Activity Counter Settings, by default, we've added our activity counter fields for the roll-up summaries on 5 objects: accounts, cases, contacts, leads, and opportunities. So what that means is we've added these fields here to these objects. If you want to add the activity counter functionality to any other object, whether standard or custom, then it's pretty simple. You're going to go to that specific object and add these fields. When you add these fields, you can name the fields anything you wish. The API name and the type has to be identical to here. For instance, we have total closed tasks. Okay, if you wanted this to say completed activities or completed tasks, then you can name it what you want here, but this API name must be this exact value here. Okay? When you're looking at this list of objects here, the only objects that are going to be listed here are objects that have been enabled for activities. The question mark represents objects that do not contain these API names here. Okay? So if you don't want to, if you want to just simply use and run our app on the objects that we've already included the fields, simply select this box here, okay? Save the settings, okay? Then the next thing that you want to do is go, for instance, let's say we're only going to do leads. So let me deselect this list. And we only want to run this on leads. So I'm going to save the settings. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate to the lead object because I want to add, so although we've already created these fields on these 5 objects here, these fields need to be added to your page layout in order for you to see the output. So come over here to leads. Okay, click on leads. Go into one of your records, go into the page layout, and just simply add those fields. Add the 6 fields to your page layout. Now I've already created this section called activity counts here, just to save us a little bit of time. Okay. And so I search on total to get the 4 task related fields. Oh. Add those here, okay? Put them in whatever order you wish. I like to go open, close, past due, and total. Okay, I've added a blank here just for symmetry's sake. I've added this extra field here, and I'm going to search on events. And now I get these 2 fields. Okay, and I like to go upcoming and then completed. All right. So now, once I've added, so you're going to repeat those steps on each of the objects where you want to add and see the output from the activity counter. So now I'm going to come back to the activity counter, and I have one simple step to do. Okay, once I've selected all my objects that I want to run the activity counter, just go ahead and click on Get Initial Activity Count. And so depending on how many records you have and how many activities, it may take a few minutes, it may take a little bit longer to run the calculations across all your objects where you've enabled activities and you've asked the activity counter to aggregate or roll up summary the totals. Okay, so give it a little bit of time. I only ran this on leads. We don't have that many records, so this should be done now. So if I come back over in leads, pop into one of these records here, take a peek. All right, now I can see the aggregate here. I can see these totals. And we quickly come down here. Let's say I have a past due activity. Where is that past due activity? Open activity. Not started. Okay, there it is. If I close this out, you're going to see the total. You see those totals change. First meeting. So now you shouldn't see any past due. Okay, so now that went to 0 and close activities went to 2. Okay, so what this also means is because we've added these 6 fields, I can come here and create list views. I can create list views using any of these fields. So if I want to create a list view that is based on, let me see, create a new list view, I could say my past due tasks. Okay, I'm going to say total past due is greater than 0. I want to get those fields. Send those over here, get rid of some of these. Go events, okay, upcoming events, completed events. Where's that one? Events here. Okay, save, click on save. So I can create my own custom list views. I can create reports. Okay, so this is saying there none. So let me go ahead and create a past due, one past due task here. So let me just go ahead and create one. Leave it open and set a past date. So put it some date in the past, first, and you'll immediately see now we have one past due. If I come back over to list views, okay, there it is, right? So you will also see that we have some out-of-the-box reports. You're gonna have a folder called activity counts. So if you go into reports, you go to your folder called activity counts here, and then you'll see the 5 out-of-the-box objects, okay? Keep in mind, all the steps that you need to get this app up and running for you are included right here on the right edge of the page. So if you just take your time and follow these, you're going to be fine. Know that after you set this up initially and you get the initial activity accounts, then you're not going to have to come back to this page. So if you have Enterprise Edition, I would definitely hide this from my users. They don't need to play around with it. If you have Professional Edition or Group Edition, then you shouldn't have to worry. They really can't do any harm here. They shouldn't be able to do any harm, so you should be fine. Any other questions, you can write to us at support@crmguidance.com or call us at 480-696-3812. Thank you.